is a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about them Cowboys?
This is Talkin' Cowboys. Streaming live from Dallas Cowboys training camp in Oxnard, California.
Handoff, Elliott plowing to the goal line. Buried, sacked by Lawrence. Prescott keeps it, and he bangs it in for the touchdown.
Here are Mickey Spagnola, Brian Broaddus, Rob Phillips, and Bill Jones.
And welcome to Talkin' Cowboys from Oxnard, California. Happy Friday to everybody. Hope you're wrapping up the week with us. We've got one more show this week. And before the Cowboys finally get a preseason game in, let's see what all these practices are paying off for. 11 practices in. Got one more in yesterday. And they're heading out to San Francisco today. And so are we. Rob Phillips, Mickey Spagnola, Brian Broaddus.
A glorious morning here in Oxnard.
Is there any other morning?
Well, the sun was shining this morning.
Yeah.
Just 6 o'clock. It's shining through those trees behind us.
Yeah, it's always glorious out
Lights
here.
up the practice field.
Let's not fool ourselves.
Cannot beat it.
Did you bring your bike out here this
I
year?
did.
Yeah?
I've gotten away once so far. But we got a few days left.
Maybe on Sunday when we
Sunday
get back.
after we get back, if I'm not like sleeping all day.
Yeah, it's gonna be a long trip
What time
back.
do you guys figure you're going to get back?
Well, if the game is over at 9:30 Pacific, we stay in Wright for an hour and a half generally, and then what about another 5 hours back? So
Yeah, we hop in the broadest sled.
we hop in the sled and head. I'm leaving tomorrow morning, and
So
like we talked about. So I'll be back. We'll be back probably
4 in the morning?
4 in the morning. Yeah, nothing wrong with that.
That'll be good. That'll be good.
So what time did you say the game was over?
I think the game starts at 6
So it
Pacific.
should be done by 9.
9:30. Yeah.
Yeah.
So our bus should leave by 10.
Look at Nicky already kind of planning his exit.
You got it ready?
10:30
set?
on the bus, 5
Yeah.
hours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You'll be fine.
Before that, we got some football to watch.
We do have some football to watch.
Did you guys glean anything from yesterday's practice or, the card stuff? Anything about what you might see on Saturday
You want
night?
to know what one of my favorite practices is when they do that walkthrough. The walkthrough in the afternoon.
Situational.
Yes,
The
sir.
situational one.
Yeah.
I love situational football. And so I know it's what they do on Saturdays before the games, and we never get to see that. So you get to see a different side of the coaching staff and how they line guys up and how they go through situations of whether it's the end of the half, end of the game, coach those guys up. Hey, what are you supposed to do? What are you supposed to do? I thought that was really good yesterday with Jason Garrett going through each individual player on the final play of the game type thing, a jump ball, Hail Mary, whatever you want to call it. And we're going through with each player, and okay, what's your job? What's your job? What's your job? And it's funny because the veteran guys can just snap it off, and then they do the twos, and then you're thinking, okay, this is where disaster potentially could happen in this game.
Cody, do you tip it? Are you going to tip it? Cody, are you going to tip it?
Yeah.
And he'd already told him I'm supposed to catch it, but he tried to trip him up, and the kid started doubting himself like what he was supposed to do.
Yeah. So I thought that was really cool that they go through all that, how to get into the hurry field goals, into the game, pitching it around, how to set up blockers, get them to the sidelines.
Yeah.
That to me is that part of the game, and when you see it actually happen, when you see a Cal versus Stanford and they're pitching the ball all over the place in that game, they score to win, or what happened in New England, the New England-Miami game last year was a pitch it around and a win.
The band's out on the field.
Exactly. So, that's the kind of stuff that I really like to watch with practice.
Well, and there's no music, there's no fans. We can't write about it.
Right.
But you can really hear them teaching out there,
absolutely.
which is really good. It's an environment that we don't normally get to see.
No, absolutely. And that's what I like about it is because it is the actual – I can't tell you how many times watching like Parcells do this. And then we go back in the Monday night game against the Giants where Billy Cundiff, I think he kicked 6 field goals or something like that to win that game, Mickey. It was something like that.
But they had to get that
pass
that
last pass off in order to get him a chance to kick the field. And that's stuff that Parcells used to work on all the time. Or killing the clock, throwing the ball all the way, throw it as high as you can and throw it out of bounds to run the clock out. Those are situations that, you get into a game and fans are like going, well, why do they blow that? but that's stuff they practice, and I got something out of that. I think that we got that these guys are going to play.
They're going to play.
They're going to play some guys. I mean, this is not going to be one of those things like last night I was watching the early of the Chargers Arizona game,
right.
and Phillip Rivers is not the quarterback, and that kind of stuff.
Yep.
So
I think you're going to see the first teamers for at least the series.
At least the series, yeah. So that's good.
Because that's the way they kind of practiced it. So
they sure did.
We'll see. Yeah, I remember the first time Parcells, when we were in San Antonio, he was practicing ending the game by throwing the ball high and out of far and out of bounds. Right?
Yeah.
And so poor Quincy Carter was doing it, and the fans all started booing like he was so far off with his pass.
He's missing the targets badly there. But no, it's
no,
good.
It was good, and I enjoyed the. And so Jason doesn't just do it to do it. He was pretty fired up.
He was
adamant about.
He had a sheet,
especially the Hail Mary on what each guy, offense and defense, was supposed to do, how you're supposed to block out, which way you're supposed to face. Hey, if you're blocking out in basketball, which way you facing? Are you facing the goal or are you facing the guy? No, you're facing the goal.
Yeah.
And so, that was good.
He had a whole sheet of things putting them at certain yard markers at certain and saying, okay, here's the situation. You got 7 seconds left. We need 3 more yards. 5 seconds left. Okay, this is what you have to do. Okay, mayday, field goal. All kinds of things were going through. And I appreciate the back and forth with football that way, the strategy, how to kill a game, how to run the last 4 minutes off the clock to win a game. All those things are just fascinating to me, the way coaches do get to work on. And we got to see that a little bit yesterday. And hopefully we'll get to see some of that stuff play out where he could use that as a teaching moment in some of these preseason games as well, where if it works, great. If it doesn't work, then it doesn't cost you anything major, but you learn from it.
And then when they had the pads on in the morning practice, they did some similar stuff, meaning we got the ball at the defense's 25-yard line. You got to go in.
Right.
You got it at the 10-yard line. You got to go in, play it out, kick a field goal if you don't.
Or you got
a punt coming out from the 1 yard.
Yeah,
line.
You got the ball right inside your own 1.
Yeah.
What do you do?
So that was good. That was good stuff. But I think if we can use how they practice as the barometer for who's going to play on Saturday against the Niners, I think those first teamers are going to go.
Yep.
And last year they did. I think it was like 8 or 10 snaps last year.
Right. Yeah, 10 plays.
So
give or take, yeah.
It'd be good to see Travis Frederick out there.
Absolutely.
If they let him go to get back in a game.
Better day
for
him
the
yesterday.
First time in a year.
Yeah.
The backup quarterbacks get to play in a game for the first time in a year.
Right.
Think about that.
Yeah.
Those poor guys, and I understand the plight of the backup quarterback, but they don't get to play.
No.
They go a whole year without playing a football game, and then everybody expects them to come out and act like, oh, well, they're polished.
Yeah.
It's difficult. Mental reps are great, but until you get out there and see the confusion in front of you, it's not easy. And they don't get any snaps basically in practice other than practice squad, the scout team. So, this will be good.
Cooper Rush is pretty good in that game last year.
Yeah.
At San Francisco, preseason opener. I think his quarterback rating was like 97. Mm-hmm. Did a pretty good job.
Right.
Had a touchdown pass. How was Travis Frederick better yesterday?
Yeah, with Travis Frederick, I kind of say this is a way of him reteaching himself how to play football. It's funny to say an all-pro would have to reteach himself. But there was things yesterday. He's always so mentally sharp in what's going on in front of him. But he's back to where he's able to position himself when he's uncovered, meaning he has nobody in front of him. And all of a sudden they run double twist in front. And now guys are sorting and passing and all that. And for Prescott to get the ball out, he picked the right side to give Dak the best avenue to get the ball out. He took the right guy to on the twist stunt there. He got Dorrance Armstrong coming all the way around. And Travis was sitting waiting. Boom, he's over there. Now firm pocket. Ball's where it needs to be. That was play. Excuse me. It was the play coming off the goal line here, and it was to Tavon Austin where he had to dive and catch the ball. But that's the kind of stuff. If Travis goes the other way, maybe that ball doesn't get off and stuff like that. So, but you're seeing that smart Travis Frederick, that step up, be that physical guy, and do the things that we've seen him do in games. I like what I just think he's getting a better feel, getting himself back to like, okay, I used to do this. I used to do this. I used to do this. And he's having a little success doing that. So hopefully in the game he'll have a little bit more of an opportunity, and we'll see on the tape that those 10 plays of him going out there and helping on those double team blocks, helping on the scoop blocks, getting to the second level, maybe sneaking out on a screen. Those kinds of things that we've always grown very accustomed to seeing Travis Frederick be able to do.
He had a better feel for where he had to go, especially, he
Positioning,
talked about,
yeah.
Rarely does the center have one-on-one
Right.
blocks, but so you got to help out.
Right.
And when they were blitzing, he had a better feel for
Sure
who
did.
to help and who was going to pick up the blitz
Sure
that
did.
way.
Yep.
So, yeah, that was a great step in the right direction.
Yeah, anything
for
that
him.
Travis Frederick doesn't look like he's in a revolving door
Yeah.
is a good thing, because he plays with such balance. And then you watch him in athletic ability, and it's like it's kind of coming back to him a little bit. Okay, I do this. This is what I used to do. This is how I handle it. So, yeah, a game situation will be good for him. It really will be.
Because that first day, he was like, he looked like he snapped the ball, gets up, and he saw all this stuff coming at him,
Right.
and it was like,
Yeah.
where do I go?
You ever seen a punching bag with sand in the bottom of it, and it kind of, you hit it and it kind of moves? It doesn't look very stable. He didn't look very stable his first couple of days, but the stability is coming back to his game, and I think that's important.
Well, and they always say when you're coming back off an injury, this was an illness.
Illness,
obviously.
yes.
Football movements are different than conditioning and training and things like that. It's one thing to be in the gym or out there running and being back in condition, but to actually be on the field and doing what you're required to do at your position, the pace of it, the speed of it, that's a different animal.
I think he plays one of the most difficult positions for an offensive lineman. I think there's talented left tackles that it comes natural to them, but I think center, the fact that you have to make calls, adjust, snap, block, help, whatever. I mean, there's so many things that happen in a sequence of a play that a center has to deal with. Left tackles, right tackles, guards generally just kind of deal with their man. Center, there's so many other moving parts that's involved, and he's one of the best in the league that's ever done this as far as how he's played.
And that's one reason, he's done a little bit of the one-on-one stuff, but he's kind of said at the center position it's not really that necessary for me to get in there and have torqued around and all that kind of stuff, because it's not I'm not really man-on-man every play with a guy.
Yeah, that might be how how Zach Martin got a little dinged up with the back, having to sit down on a guy and all, It happens. It happens. Unfortunate, though. Be nice to have. I keep going back to the Zach Martins and then also to the Connor McGoverns. I just wish Connor McGovern. I'm just beating a dead horse, and I'm sorry, and I don't mean to say dead horse.
Don't apologize, Brian.
But it's just the thing with this opportunity. Even if Connor McGovern was doing good, bad, at least he's getting the work.
Sure,
he's getting the work, and
he would have gotten more work right now.
And I no offense to you, Jawan Bushel Beatty. No offense to you. You're coming in here. You're going to have to play a football game. Hopefully, he gets nobody hurt. But I mean, that should have been Connor McGovern's spot. That should have been him out there playing every snap and playing the whole game and getting tough and going in there working with Joe Looney. I mean, Joe Looney's a backup guy, and Adam Redmond, and work with those other backup guys that you normally maybe you might find yourself in a game with those guys. And that's kind of where I because it might be like Mickey's talking about. He might not, if he doesn't do anything this summer, he's not going to get a real rep until possibly 2020, if you think about it. Because if he doesn't, if he goes on, say he goes on IR or something like that, or it doesn't.
It sounds like when we get back to the Star,
he's going to practice.
He might be able to get going.
There we go.
So that's a good indication.
Well, if that's the case, then good for him.
You would keep him on the 53.
There you go.
As long as he can do it and remain healthy.
Absolutely, yeah.
Okay, as we look to Saturday night, I was just thinking about this morning. Tony Pollard's a 4th-round pick.
Yeah.
But he's going to have –
So is Dak Prescott.
That's right. It doesn't
team's
really
drafted
matter,
all
does it?
right. Yeah.
They have.
So was – Murray was 3rd. Huh?
He was 3rd.
Yeah.
He's going to have first-round spotlight on him Saturday night because of the guy who's not here.
Right.
And the position that he's going to play on Saturday night for however many snaps it's going to be.
Did number 21 not play one snap in the preseason last year?
Not one.
Yeah.
No, because there were some offensive line injuries.
Right.
They didn't play the dress rehearsal game.
Yeah.
I don't think Dak played either.
Yeah, that's right. See, that's funny because to me, everybody's like, we talk about Zeke. Maybe that's why Stephen Jones, Mickey, and Rob are telling us that we get back to Dallas, then maybe these contracts will start to figure things out. Mickey's right about the guy missing money and all that. That's a big. I've said it all along. The guy's got money, but Mickey's right. You leave 6 figures on the table every Tuesday. That adds up. That adds up. I don't care how much money you have. That adds up. But maybe that's what we're waiting for. The fact that he didn't take. I didn't know that he had not taken any snaps in the preseason.
And he probably didn't take any.
He made up for it during the season.
I don't know. I'm not sure how many he took in 2016 because remember he was dealing with a hamstring.
That's right. That was a lot of we shouldn't.
And then remember when he got off to a slow start, it was, he's not seeing things.
Right.
His pace is too fast.
Right.
He's not waiting. So as long as he's working out.
Yeah, if you total up his total preseason carries for 3 seasons and now 4.
You probably count them on your right hand.
It's not a lot because his rookie year he had a little something.
Was that the Rams game?
It was Seattle.
Yeah.
And those vets in Seattle kind of knocked him around a little bit, and that was the only work he got.
Yeah.
He knocked them around.
Okay, Mickey.
Don't you remember him hitting the safety?
It was a little both.
He flattened that guy.
Cam Chancellor?
Yeah.
I think that to me, this is to your point, I think you're talking about Pollard.
Yes.
And I'm excited about Pollard. I'm excited about what he's shown out here with the opportunities that he's had. He doesn't look like to me that the game is too big for him. They've thrown him in first-team reps, and I don't hear – now maybe at night when they're in the meetings and stuff that Gary Brown's having, I got to correct you here. I got to correct you here. I got to correct you. But I don't see correction on the field.
No.
I don't see Tony, no, Tony. I don't see that with him. And a lot of times you'll see guys get corrected on the field that are young guys because they don't. I mean, Sanjay Lal brought it up yesterday about Cedric Wilson.
Right.
We've seen Cedric Wilson play better. He says, the great thing about Cedric Wilson is, and I don't mean to digress into something different, but Cedric Wilson might make a mistake one day, but he will not make the same mistake the next day. And maybe that's what with Pollard, he hasn't made those mistakes. Or he either gets corrected and doesn't make them again. And
done a better job in blitz pickup, too. Knowing where to go and understanding. Because I'm sure he didn't have to do that in college.
No, not at all.
How many times do they blitz in college anyway with a 5 wide all the time?
Well, Central Florida in that conference will blitz you a little bit.
Yeah, they will. They will. And the other thing with Pollard is as much as they put on his plate, too.
Yes.
Offensively,
Yes.
Special teams, to me, that's an indication that the coaching staff says, this is a sharp kid.
Yeah.
A sharp rookie who can handle some of this stuff from a mental standpoint early on.
Yep, absolutely.
All right, let's take our first break. When we come back, we have
some questions, too.
We got some questions on Periscope.
Yep.
We got some news, obviously, of a suspension yesterday and what that means for the Cowboys the first couple weeks of the season. Next on Talkin' Cowboys.
Essilor has been helping Cowboys fans see better since 1972 so they don't miss a moment on the field. Get glasses with Essilor's best vision, clarity, and protection with the Essilor Ultimate Lens Package. 3 innovative technologies in 1 lens. For a limited time, you can double your lenses for free when you purchase the Essilor Ultimate Lens Package and get a second pair of frames. Find a participating eye care professional and details by visiting EssilorUSA.com. That's EssilorUSA.com. Terms and conditions apply.
Do you want the most interesting, up-to-the-minute Dallas Cowboys news straight from the Star in Frisco? How about exclusive and on command? That's right, news and nuggets you can't find anywhere else. With our exclusive Cowboys content on Alexa, you can have all the answers, secrets, stories, and more. What's Stephen Jones thinking during a game? What's Joe Looney's favorite pregame meal? We take your questions to Cowboys players and coaches, and you can hear the answers directly back to you. Just say, Alexa, open Dallas Cowboys.
If you're like me and you love... if you have a thing, then cutting the cord is scary. But then I found out I could switch to DirecTV Now and still get the live sports I love. No satellite needed, no bulky hardware, no annual contract, just...
Get the live sports you love. Try DirecTV Now for $10 a month for 3 months. Visit DirecTVNow.com. DirecTV Now. More for your thing. That's our thing. Use code REALDEAL. Limited time. Price for little package. After 3 months, renews monthly at full price. Currently minimum $40 unless canceled. Prices may change. New subscribers only. Cancel anytime. Content varies by package and may be limited. Restrictions apply.
A man's Stetson doesn't just protect him from life's elements. It projects an unstoppable and legendary spirit, just like the men wearing silver and navy on the field every Sunday. Since 1865, Stetson hats are American-made with pride right here in Texas. They are still the official crown of all self-respecting Cowboys. And Stetson is proud to be on the field with America's team. Find Stetson hats in the Pro Shop or at Stetson.com today.
Dr. Pepper is the one you crave. But how do you explain that craving?
Imagine being shipwrecked on a desert island, alone. Glass-like curls of surf pound the shore with Dr. Pepper-colored waves. Surrounded by desire, but you can't drink it because it's the ocean. Fish live in there. The only thing you want is Dr. Pepper, and you can't have it.
Now that is a Dr. Pepper craving. Dr. Pepper, the one you crave.
Back to Talkin' Cowboys.
Welcome back to Oxnard, California. By the way, the season is almost here. Don't miss your chance to see the Cowboys live at AT&T Stadium this season, 2019. You won't want to miss these exciting matchups when the Giants, Eagles, Packers, Rams, and more come to Arlington. Get your tickets now at DallasCowboys.com.
How's your documentary Switzerland been received?
Welcome to Switzerland.
Yeah.
I think the feedback's been good. If you haven't seen it, go check it out. It's archived everywhere. DallasCowboys.com, YouTube.
I'm going to do that today.
The app.
How long is it?
It's about 100 and...
It's not Gone with the Wind, is it?
It's not Gone with the Wind. It's probably...
Godfather?
Yeah. 80 minutes?
80. Yeah, I was going to say like an hour.
That's not bad.
Hour
so
20.
if I watched it while we were flying, I won't get to the end.
Oh, you'll just...
I won't know what the ending is.
Yeah, you'll catch it on the bus.
You'll get to see yourself, though.
Yeah.
Now and
so can I
see yourself with a beard?
Can I download it and then watch it when I get on the plane if I don't have Wi-Fi?
Sure.
Yeah.
Download it on my
Yeah,
on my
sure.
laptop?
Yeah,
Okay.
absolutely. Yeah.
Give me something to do.
Welcome to the 2019s.
Well,
there you go.
I'm the same
I'm
way,
not
Mickey.
real good about downloading movies.
Hey,
check it out.
So, get to the elephant in the room.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, is that why you were grumpy the first segment? Because you thought we should get to the news quicker?
I thought we buried the lead, yes.
I don't think we did because it is what it is. Everybody knows he's suspended at this point.
Yeah, but we got to deal with it.
Well, let's deal with it now.
Mickey's going to deal with it for 2 minutes. He's going to yell at the commissioner, and then we'll move on.
See, yeah, I needed to wake up before you started
didn't need
complaining
Mickey
about this.
You didn't mean Mickey violence to start the show?
Did you not think this thing was shaky?
Mickey, anything to do – I told you this a long time ago. If you put your fate in that commissioner's hands or that office's hands, something bad is going to happen to you every single time.
Let's go ahead.
Go ahead.
Robert Quinn, 2-game suspension.
Go for it.
If you're mad, let me set it up then.
All right, go ahead.
Yeah,
Okay,
set it up.
ahead.
Yeah,
2 games for violating the NFL's policy on performance-enhancing substances.
Which normally is an automatic 4-game suspension, by the way.
Right.
And so it's
Go
2.
ahead. Yeah.
And his agent, right after the announcement, sent out a very
within a minute,
emphatic defense of his client.
So
explain why.
So evidently they didn't believe all of it. They must have believed some of it. So when he was in high school, he had surgery to remove a benign tumor from his head, from his brain. And later on, he started having seizures.
Yeah.
So he was taking medication to help prevent the seizures. As a matter of fact, it said he had one. I think they were in Denver playing the game, and he had one. They got rushed to the hospital. I think it was Denver. Anyway, so he's taking this medication. So the medication is approved. But and again, the Cowboys traded for him on March 28th.
They did.
All right? He had the test that showed a positive for probenecid on April 2nd.
Mm-hmm.
So the Cowboys have no idea when they traded for him that this was going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
But everybody out there is trying to make a issue out of the Cowboys. Oh, here they go again. They got these characters, and they can't prevent themselves from being suspended. And it's like they didn't know nothing about this when they traded for him. And the medical people wouldn't have known nothing about this because the test was April 2nd. So he didn't just gobble down some of this stuff. Okay, backstory, probenecid is a drug for medicine to help control gout in people. And gout,
I have
arthritis.
gout. It hurts.
And what happens is it lowers your uric acid from your kidneys.
I take medicine for this every day.
Every day.
Okay.
Because
Me too.
it's the same thing that applies for kidney stones.
And in the agent's explanation, Kieran, I forgot it, Sean, he said that their medical expert that helped them investigate this said that drug was used in the 80s and 90s to mask steroid use.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
And that the doctor, John Lombardo, who's the NFL doctor, basically pointed out that he hasn't seen that drug show up to mask steroids in quite some time.
Sure.
So their investigation of their medical guy said that they found that the prescription that was filled at wherever the prescription was filled, right before they filled that, their history of prescriptions filled showed that the prescription right before for his seizures was for probenecid. And they're saying, okay, it must have tainted that. Now, somebody told me, well, how many times have you got a tainted prescription? Well, I don't know because I probably didn't have to pee in a cup 2 days later.
No question.
Right? You don't know.
No question.
And the amount was so minuscule that their argument was it should have been a false positive.
Right.
And the analogy their medical guy gave them when they argued during the appeal was that if you had 1,000 kernels of rice, the amount that showed up positive for probenecid was 1 kernel.
Yeah.
So it was almost like if you were taking it for a purpose, then
you'd have more than 1
you
kernel.
would have more than that.
Right.
And if you were taking it, they should have been able to prove that he was getting a prescription for it.
Right.
Because it's not an over-the-counter drug. You have to have a prescription for it. And their point was nowhere in our history does he have a prescription for this. Yet the NFL kind of believed it, but not the entire way because it should have been a 4-game suspension for violation of performance-enhancing drugs. Well, they gave him a 2-game suspension. Now, he would have been ready for the start of the season, I'm told.
Yes.
Now, what he did was he fractured the 3rd and 4th metacarpal on the back of his hand, his left hand, so the little bones right here.
Mm-hmm.
And they do surgery to that. They put a pin in there because the bone, go feel it, your bone is real thin. So they can't set it in a cast. So they put a pin in there, surgically repaired, and they felt like he would be ready to go at the start of the season. Now, the difficult thing for him compared to when DeMarco Murray had it is Murray doesn't have to grab anybody. He just got to hold the ball. So remember, he came back within a week or two, soon as the sutures healed.
Yeah.
And so with him, with Quinn, he's got to use his hands when he rushes, and so the padding there is not going to do anything for him. So, but they still felt like he would be ready, except for now it's a 2-game suspension, and that's why Jason said we support Robert Quinn.
Right,
they understand it,
and we trust him, is what he said too.
The Cowboys medical staff understands it. But when the thing comes out right away, it's okay. This is the 17th suspension.
I didn't like that line of questioning.
Why was that an issue with this? This didn't fit. This didn't fit Rolando McClain. It didn't fit Greg Hardy or Randy Gregory.
Yeah. And Jason said that in a very polite way. Every circumstance is different.
Yes.
You can't lump them all together.
But then why? And then the stories in the last sentence in one of the things I read is who's going to be next.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's not fair to Quinn in the first place.
Right.
And it's not fair to the organization that had no idea any of this was going on when they traded for him because it hadn't happened yet. And that's what kind of irritates me. I don't care if you criticize them. Fine. If you want to be critical, but get it right. Get it right. I'm done.
I knew we were going to get to the bottom of that story.
I knew it. Yeah. Soapbox Mick.
So, that's the other side of that pancake is now who takes over at defensive end.
And that's a question. And by the way, that's the first question I pulled off Periscope today. Let Zeke. At Let Zeke. I guess that's what we're going to say.
Zeke's tweeting you?
Yeah, no.
It's
Atlas.
So what is it called? Periscoping?
Periscoping, yeah.
Okay.
Does Armstrong have a chance to start in week 1? But that's Crawford, isn't it?
Yeah.
Isn't that Crawford over there?
Well, unless Taco time arrives.
Taco time.
It's been taco time this week. Jason Garrett did say Tyrone Crawford sounds like he could get back to practice when they get back home from Oxnard. He's been dealing with a hip, has been on active PUP, remains on there right now. I think he's your starting end opposite Lawrence, right?
Yeah, see,
because I think
people also asking all right, do you lose a starter in Quinn? Whereas Quinn was going to back up or come in and then they were going to kick Crawford inside on some nickel rush.
That's clear passing situation.
Yeah, I didn't think that Quinn was going to be the starter when they brought him in. I thought he'd be the starter if something if they didn't sign Lawrence. That's where I thought Quinn had a chance to start.
I think they thought he was a starter.
Okay.
That's just me.
No.
From what I heard, what I saw.
If they think he's a starter, then okay. Now, what does that do with Crawford? That's what I want to know.
I think he's playing in instead of tackle.
I think he plays in.
Yeah. But okay, is he the backup in, or when does he play? Because if you're playing Quinn as the starter, when would you play Crawford? Would you play? Because Crawford to me is not.
He's not the pass rushing
defensive
end.
If you're talking about first and second down, running. I wouldn't play. Yeah.
But remember,
but Quinn can play the run. I mean,
remember what they did last year. He started the first 7 games at defensive tackle when Malik Collins was trying to get back.
No question.
Right?
That's what I was thinking.
And then when they couldn't stop the run, and it was obvious they couldn't stop the run, they kicked him out to right defensive end.
And he kind of settled things down over there.
And then they rotated Randy Gregory in as the pass rusher. But by the time we got to the end of the season, the playoffs, Gregory was starting.
Speaking of Crawford, are we out of the woods on a suspension for him for a game? It's another day.
Yeah.
Well,
Who knows what the NFL's? I was going to say, well, he didn't get charged, so what does that matter?
Yeah, that's true.
But you know what? So that whole thing, he was entered in a diversion program on his own.
Right.
There were no charges, and you guys been to clubs, bars before, especially those beach ones in Florida.
Been hammered a lot in them.
That was his first mistake.
Yeah.
Those bouncers are not the most ethical people.
Nope.
And I'm not casting aspersions. I didn't see it. I'm just saying the police didn't believe all that stuff, right? Have you seen bouncers?
Mickey just called out every bouncer in South Florida.
You don't think bouncers listen to this show?
Hopefully not.
I hope they do.
Just
bouncers are Cowboy fans
too. Hey, let's try and change the subject.
But anyway.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, he's still going.
I'm sorry.
I
don't think anything's going to happen.
Okay.
Right? The commissioner, doesn't he have his hands full up in Foxborough?
Look, Mick, there's still a month till the season.
They suspended a guy for 2 games for some stupid test. I'm telling you, anytime you put in your livelihood in his hands, disaster.
And you said it.
Unless you're Tariq Hill.
Charges don't have to exist.
Right.
To be under the personal conduct umbrella.
Doesn't he have his hands full with the guy in Foxborough?
Every
Why don't he take care of that first? That's difficult.
We all wish we kind of were that team. We'd be in the Super Bowl every year. Mickey, you'd be like you'd have covered 50 of the Super Bowls. Okay. Anyway,
so
I'm going to ask a question. I'm asking a question.
Back
here.
to the question.
Back to the question.
See why we kind of eased into this discussion?
No, you got to jump in head first.
No, you did.
Okay, even if it's a belly flop.
Mickey, we bury the lead on this show all the time.
Yeah.
High school football, golf, weather, you name it.
Anyway, we keep 4 running backs, 1 fullback. From what we had early talk about.
Well, we didn't finish with Dorrance Armstrong.
No, did you say he was not going to start?
No, I'm just saying.
Taco time. You said taco time,
but he's got to prove it.
Oh yeah.
This is his time. I mean.
I'm with you.
He's got to step up. Yeah. Otherwise, Armstrong gets that job.
Oh.
But Armstrong's going to be starting in the preseason on the strong side.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He's playing left side.
He's playing behind Tank when everybody's
on
the right side. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so for now,
okay, week 1.
We're going to see.
The question was week 1. No, we don't think he's starting week 1.
Lawrence is going to be ready to play.
There we go. That's what I wanted to hear from you.
He could probably play next week if they wanted him to.
That's true too. 4 running backs, 1 fullback. Rob Phillips.
4 running backs.
Is Weber showing you? And Mickey's got that face.
No, I'm saying I'm going 3 running backs and Jameis because I guess you're only keeping 3 tight ends most likely.
Right.
So who's your third?
Third running back?
We had this discussion right over there during practice.
Third tight end?
No,
running back at this point. I'm saying it's Zeke, Pollard, Morris.
Mm-hmm.
But Morris doesn't play a lot of special teams, right?
Not at all.
So
they're trying. I mean,
that is something to think about.
So Zeke's going to be here.
I'm expecting that. Yes.
Because
he's still on the football
Mickey
team.
told you how much money he makes a week, so he's going to listen to the show and figure out he needs to be here for that money.
Zeke, Pollard, and Morris. If Zeke is here, is Morris here?
That's what I'm saying. I kind of think it might.
What about
Chun? That's what I'm thinking.
What do you think?
Could Chun sneak
in?
You
do have Chun. You do have Darius Jackson.
See, Jackson to me seems like he's kind of like
I think they've given up on him for some reason.
Yeah, he doesn't have snow tires on his car anymore. You know, he's driving in the snow without snow tires. But he'll probably make a play tomorrow night or two.
Or somebody will pick him
up.
But
he started off. He doesn't look terrible.
He was fine.
He doesn't look bad.
But I think what happened was without Zeke here,
yeah,
it's like, okay, now we got an opportunity because we know Pollard's going to play, right?
Right.
And let's get him some exposure for all the different things he's going to do while we have the opportunity.
Yeah.
And let's see what he can handle.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know that he's going to wear him out in preseason, but I mean, he is bigger than you thought, isn't he?
Yes.
Oh, much bigger.
I noticed that in the rookie camp because the talk was, Mike Weber was the traditional back in college.
Right.
And you stand next to both of them.
He's bigger.
Who's the bigger man?
Yeah. I just walked by him this morning after they finished their walkthrough, and I was looking at him, and I was like, who's that? And I was thinking it was a defensive back or safety, and it was Pollard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's a full 6 foot. He is not Lance Dunbar.
That was a false narrative coming out of Memphis.
Yeah. Lance Dunbar was my size.
Yeah. No, you're right
it's
about that.
More about the offense that he played in more than
maybe
what he
or how they used him.
Yeah, or what he may be capable of at the next level. Yeah.
So I think they just want to see a lot of him, but I want to see Jordan Chun if he can continue.
No, you guys are right. They have a couple good young backs. I'm just talking about. I mean, right now in terms of experience.
Yeah.
I mean, Morris is getting second team reps
I just want to see him because anybody that can run for 191 yards in Baton Rouge.
Mickey, you need to just shut up right now. Hey, I just, he's not wrong. I watched that kid.
191.
Mickey, I know. I saw every damn one of them. My gosh, congratulations, Troy. You got a great victory. Hey, Chris wants to know 5 guys to watch, but I'm going to tell Chris, as we're talking right now, we got a thing called 2 to watch. And everybody involved has got 2 guys that they're going to watch for the game, and we're writing about that. So that's going up today, right?
And why don't we say that? Well, we can answer that question. No, Maybe on the other side, we can talk about some guys we want to see.
Fair.
Yeah, that's good.
Fair about that.
What, we've already got done with another segment?
We're almost there.
Yeah,
did I talk it out?
You went on like 27 minutes.
Nobody threw
Mickey,
a word.
Is there anybody better to if you talk about going the power play, Mickey, or kill the power play, Mickey will kill a power play for you.
I was on the power play killing unit too, yes.
Yeah.
That's the thing. We kept him in the penalty box for 20 minutes and pissed him off.
And he made up for it.
It's like a bull getting released.
Banging on the glass. Let me out of here.
That's a good commercial, by the way.
It is a good one.
It is. Wait, which one?
The one about, hey, ref, you're missing a lot of calls. You better get Verizon or something. I don't know what is it, AT&T, whatever the commercial
Let's make sure it's the right phone company once again.
It's AT&T
for
sure.
For sure. Hey, ref, if it's
you better
smart,
check your phone. You're missing a lot of calls.
If it's smart, it's AT&T.
Absolutely. Absolutely. AT&T Stadium. All right, let's take our final break. When we come back, we will highlight some guys we want to see Saturday night against San Francisco. That's next on Talking Cowboys.
If you're like me and you love... if you have a thing, then cutting the cord is scary. But then I found out I could switch to DirecTV Now and still get the live sports I love. No satellite needed, no bulky hardware, no annual contract, just...
Get the live sports you love. Try DirecTV Now for $10 a month for 3 months. Visit DirecTVNow.com. DirecTV Now. More for your thing. That's our thing. Use code REALDEAL. Limited time. Price for little package. After 3 months, renews monthly at full price. Currently minimum $40 unless canceled. Prices may change. New subscribers only. Cancel anytime. Content varies by package and may be limited. Restrictions apply.
It's time for tailgating with the OtterBox boys.
The OtterBox that builds those crazy protective phone cases?
Yup. And now they're changing the side dish game with the OtterBox Trooper Soft Cooler. Lightweight, mobile, and leak-proof, Trooper is perfect for blitzing a crowded parking lot with a Frito pie.
Amazing. Hey, you think I could fit my 7-layer salmon salad into the Trooper cooler?
Yup, but please don't.
And that's been Tailgating with the OtterBox boys. Learn more about the Trooper soft coolers at otterbox.com.
While a player could look good on paper, it's when he's out on the field that you really find out what he's made of. That's why the Cowboys rely on more than just stats and scouting reports when building their team. When picking a tractor, it's why you should rely on more than just specs and features. You've got to take it out and put it to the test. The Cowboys did when they named John Deere their official tractor. Experience one for yourself. Visit myjohndeeredealer.com/football.
It can be hard to find the right resource for learning about important financial matters. You search how to build savings, you end up reading about the one weird ingredient from supermarkets that can make you taller. That's why Bank of America built BetterMoneyHabits.com, a safe little corner of the internet for answering your financial questions. Full of simple videos and tips, Better Money Habits can show you how to make the most of your money without resorting to random searches that always seem to lead to unbelievable photos of childhood stars grown up. To learn more, visit BetterMoneyHabits.com.
Essilor has been helping Cowboys fans see better since 1972 so they don't miss a moment on the field. Get glasses with Essilor's best vision, clarity, and protection with the Essilor Ultimate Lens Package. 3 innovative technologies in one lens. For a limited time, you can double your lenses for free when you purchase the Essilor Ultimate Lens Package and get a second pair of frames. Find a participating eye care professional and details by visiting EssilorUSA.com. That's EssilorUSA.com. Terms and conditions apply.
Back to Talkin' Cowboys.
So do you want to use what the pros use? Sure you do. So go to Jack Black. It's the official men's skincare brand of the Dallas Cowboys. Get your Jack Black Playmaker 4JB Faves plus a full-size lip balm for just $10, and you get the shipping free. It's at getjackblack.com. Use the code Cowboys. I do, and I used it this morning, and boy, look how well I look.
Wow, that's debatable.
What?
That last part is really debatable. Everything else is truth, and then the last part's very debatable.
It's just like butter.
Just like Amari Cooper running a route smooth.
That stuff's great.
Hey,
how well I look.
Our guy, I don't know if it's a guy or a gal, but they say, I think the NHL does ads for Dunkin' Donuts. The guy goes into the box, and they're like he's drinking an iced coffee or something like that. That's really, I think that's what you're.
Oh, that's guy because he says I'm going to be here a while.
But Dunkin' Donuts, a sponsor of this team. So
we love Jack Black, and we love Dunkin'.
We love Dunkin'. America runs on Dunkin'.
America runs on Dunkin'.
You're missing some calls. Check your phone.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, man.
What else you got? What are they fired up about today?
They are. The folks are pretty good about this. They're wanting to pay everybody. They're fans. They want to pay everybody. Well, both Collins will play, right? We talked about that. Lyle Collins and then also Malik Collins, right?
They should.
Yeah, both for a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah. Fans are also saying, "Hey, guys, I'm watching Donovan Wilson and Mike Jackson."
That's good.
See, we try and what do we call it? Two to watch.
Yeah.
I messed that up instantly. We try to pick an offensive guy and a defensive guy.
Yep.
So we can kind of – and then, again, check on DallasCowboys.com because we'll have 100 words for each guy, kind of why we're going to watch these guys. I think – and we don't select the same guys. So you get 8 different guys.
8 different guys.
8 different guys to watch.
Mickey will have his column as well.
Mix shots. What are you writing about today? Are you going to go up to the commissioner again today?
Oh, yeah, it's already written.
Okay, there we go.
Oh, boy.
There we go. Read Mickey's work. Nothing better than him hammering out a commissioner.
No,
column.
I mean, it's also about, Taco.
Taco.
3rd year. Let's go.
Oh.
Let me see it.
I like it. No more espresso for you there, saying Mickey, by the way.
I could use some.
Yeah, you sure could. What else, Rob?
Connor Williams?
Connor Williams,
Is that a question you got?
Connor Williams was exactly. Connor Williams was a question. How's Connor Williams looking as we kind of meander our way through these practices?
He looks big. He looks strong. It looks like he's setting better for pass rush protection.
Right.
He's not quite yet a Pro Bowler.
Tongue in cheek right there.
It's a shot at everybody.
Yeah. Well, no, I mean, he's improved. I'm not saying,
no.
Offensive lines don't have 5 Pro Bowlers across the front.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just have to have a guy, right?
Yeah.
And a guy that's good, that can help you win.
Yeah.
And I think he's getting to that level. I think he's much improved from last year. He looks the part. He looks stronger. He's bigger. And that'll help him, and it'll also help that Travis Frederick's next to him. Nothing against Joe Looney, but Travis Frederick next to you makes you better.
Well, you sounded really logical then. I couldn't say anything about that. That's good stuff. I'm watching Kerry Hyder and Joe Thomas, says John.
Those are good. Joe Thomas is a guy we don't talk about a lot, but I mean,
everybody tells me that Joe
Sean
Thomas
Lee's,
could start if he was on another team.
He has started games in this league.
No,
right?
no, Packers. But people are telling me if Joe Thomas, heck, is the linebacker coach Ben Bloom. If Joe Thomas was on another team, he could start for someone, and he's scheme specific.
Could you argue, and I can't go down the list and tell you, that the linebacker group here at full strength is as good as anyone in the entire league?
Ooh.
Well, with him fourth, it's pretty good.
Yeah.
And Covington seems to be doing better.
Yeah, I had him I had a shovel full of dirt on Covington because I was trying to get Luke Gifford on the team. You know, I was trying to.
Well, can't you?
I'm trying.
Well, that's 5.
Yeah, I'm just thinking something's going to happen there.
Oh.
That maybe he's looked so good, and I get so fired up about a guy, then all of a sudden
breaks your heart.
Just make sure I'm not forgetting somebody.
Yeah, there you go.
Joe Thomas, Sean Lee,
Luke
March
Gifford, man.
Lillard.
That Nate Hall. See the Kyle. It's Kiro. Kiro. I say Kiro. So yeah, I say it wrong a lot.
And he's hurt right now.
See, that's it. He was my pet cat guy coming out of Star, and I jinxed him. He was the guy that that was going to come in here. He was going to run. He was going to sideline to sideline. He was going to play in coverage a little bit. He was going to be physical. He needs to get back on the field, man.
You want to hear a good jinx? Did I tell you about it yesterday?
No.
I think you guys were on. You might have been doing your
Training Camp
Live.
Yeah.
So I'm walking down the sideline, and you know how they were playing out, and if you didn't make the first down,
right.
you kicked a field goal,
right.
And Brett Maher was hitting every one of them, and so some guy behind the fence yells at me. He goes, "Hey Mick, what are you seeing out there?" I said, "Boy, the kicker's really kicking well."
Oh no. Clang.
The next kick, he kicked it off the upright.
Yeah,
and I walked back there and I go, "So I jinxed him, huh?" And they all busted out laughing.
Oh, no.
I knew it when I said it. I said I shouldn't have said anything. And
He was good from 28, 40, 26, an extra point, 42, and then, a 48-yarder to, quote-unquote, win the game.
Yes.
With 12 seconds remaining.
And his ball never goes to the left.
It never does.
And it went to the left and hit the upright, right?
It went left in that blue-white scrimmage.
It went way left.
Yeah.
It went left.
It almost hit our – we were over there, almost hit our station where we were over there doing the broadcast.
It went left in Washington.
Yeah, sure did.
Dunk, double dunk.
We keep talking about these young wide receivers. Periscope's interested in those guys.
Yeah, let's see them, and we're gonna.
Yeah, and that's the thing about it. And I like the fact that Cedric Wilson's in the mix too.
He is. Yeah, because – he was kind of a lost, forgotten guy, and part of it's because he missed all of last season.
Right.
He's not a burner down the field necessarily, like some of these other, like a Guyton or a John Vay. He's just a fluid.
But you notice he gets open.
He gets open.
He does get open.
He's an efficient route runner. Like Brian said, Sanjay's told us he's gotten better than he's made more strides than any of these young guys.
Sanjay
battling.
pointed that out yesterday.
Yeah.
He was adamant about that. He says, hey, if there's one guy that's improved from last year to this year, it's Cedric Wilson. Yeah, absolutely about that.
He can play inside. You see him line up in the slot, so he's got some versatility there. Yeah, he's one to watch. I mean, I'm still a John Vay guy. I think he's got as much natural ability as any of these young guys we're talking about, though.
That's what Sanjay said that too. He's like if you want to just talk. He was talking about it picking up, and I don't think this was a slam. I think he's just saying it's just the mental side of things. And sometimes when you say mental, you think, oh, he's a dumb A. But he's not a dumb A.
No, it's not that.
It's not that. Sometimes you get going and then you short circuit a little bit because you're thinking, okay, I've got to do this, I got to do this, I got to do this. And that happens to these young receivers. I give these young receivers a lot of credit. I haven't seen them hit the wall yet. These guys are still running. They're still playing hard.
They're getting better.
They are getting better. These guys might not hit the wall.
What's taking steps is Jalen Guyton. Everybody kind of forgot about him.
Oh, no, yeah.
And Sanjay, when he first got him, really, really liked him. And he started taking over one of those sessions yesterday.
Yeah.
I think we'll see Reggie Davis returning punts. I don't know that they have to send Randall Cobb out there. And he seems to have been the first one up, whatever punting drill they were doing. So can you catch the ball?
Yeah.
Don't Lance Lenore me.
Oh gosh, I don't need that to happen. How about a stop, get off the field, and all of a sudden you fumble and give him the ball back in midfield? I don't need that.
To your point, though, Brian, look how much faster Michael Gallop is playing out here than he did last year. Just how the speed and how things slow down for you with a year in the system. And that's what these guys are fighting through right now, especially these undrafted guys.
Yeah, but they're not hitting the rookie wall yet. I've just kind of noticed. I'm thinking, okay, you kind of feel like, okay, these guys will cut themselves because they'll drop balls. The thing, Johnson had a couple of drops in the blue-white.
Yeah, but he tried to run with it before.
No.
Right?
I know. But that's what I'm saying.
I'm not giving him an
no
out.
pass. But he's caught everything. That Reggie Davis has caught everything.
He's been really good too.
Yeah.
The only thing Reggie Davis has dropped is the ball got punched out from behind after he caught it.
That was our guy Donovan Wilson punching that ball loose.
Give me Mick, 2 guys you're watching on set. One on offense, one on defense.
Well, I'm sticking with Chun.
Yeah, Jordan Chun, good one to
Jordan
watch.
Chun, and then defensively, it's Taco.
Yeah.
Does Taco count as a young guy?
No, go ahead. You're watching.
Do you realize that without Crawford and DeMarcus Lawrence on the field, he's got the most experience of anybody else. 27 games. Hyder's only played in 24.
Right.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Wow.
Because he missed an entire season. He got hurt and then missed part of that season and then got hurt, missed the next season. So he hadn't played that much. And Taco's got the most with 27 games of the guys that are practicing right now.
What about Malik?
At defensive end.
Oh, defensive end. Okay.
Yes.
I thought you meant the entire line.
You know, they haven't done it yet, but the Joe Jackson moving inside hasn't taken place yet.
Yeah, but
I'll be interested.
Get ready. Something that's going to happen. We're going to get one of these games where they're having to play. Just
tongues are hanging out.
Tongues are hanging, and he's going to have to go inside. And he might not know what the hell he's doing, but he'll do it to the best of his ability.
He'll do it at full speed. I'll guarantee you that.
Cooper Rush and Luke Gifford were my 2 guys I'm watching.
Yeah.
I want to see Cooper. I want to see if Cooper Rush can carry some of the good things he's done on the field over to games. You talked about him last year having a decent game.
Yeah.
He needs to command the offense, move the team, finish some drives. He needs to lead the young guys. He needs to help the young guys. He's a veteran. Help the young guy running back. Help the young guy offensive lineman. Help the young guy receivers. Be a veteran out there. Do these things to try and not only get yourself evaluated, but everybody else. And then Luke Gifford on the other side, playing with a busted-up finger. I want to see Luke Gifford probably be in on 6-7 tackles maybe that second half, stop him around the line of scrimmage. Maybe the ball goes underneath to a back, run over there and tackle. I don't need to see him missing any tackles in space or anything like that. Find a way to make this football team. I think he can do it.
I've got Cedric Wilson
and
Joe Jackson because, to me, I lump them in kind of together because they're 2 guys that have stood out more and more as we've been out here.
Yeah.
And so can they carry it and continue to ascend in this game? I think that'll be fun to watch for those 2 guys.
They need to give Cooper Rush as many snaps as they can.
I agree.
Because if you're going to divide them up and you only get half, these guys have not played in a game since last year.
You said that.
Right?
Yep, you said that.
It's part of the job.
So he's got to – I know, but when you're a
part of the
kind
job.
of a young quarterback ascending, you got to play. You can't ascend running the scout team.
Right.
And that's all he did last year. I think he took 6 snaps,
Mm-hmm.
and he handed the ball off every time at the end of that Jacksonville game.
Yep.
He's not thrown a pass now since – preseason last year. In a game.
That's why these reps are so important out here.
Yes, and so now
part of the evaluation.
Game, you got to see them in the game. Give them to them.
Right.
If you're trying to develop a backup, and he's your backup of the future, well, let's see. I wonder who was the next guy in line in Philadelphia when Sudfeld went down with the broken wrist.
They've shuffled that thing around a little bit.
Ooh, I'm not sure.
So I wonder if they've got to sign somebody.
Doug, they said they were going to wait.
They're going to wait it out.
Yeah, Doug Peterson, who to go to Arladge or go to the Eagles. I don't know. Because they lost. Sudfeld was a guy that they were really kind of touting. That's why one of the reasons why they let the guy walk to Jacksonville, that they felt like Foles. Yeah, they felt good enough about him. Barkley's playing somewhere else now. He used to be their backup guy. Buffalo. So, I don't know who else.
Boy, Caden.
Yeah.
Clayton Thorson?
Yeah. Oh, that's a kid from Northwestern.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fifth
round pick from Northwestern. Should have known. Yep.
So he's next in line.
Yep.
And they probably need to sign one to just get him through preseason.
Yep.
Well, we'll see. Hopefully the Cowboys get through unscathed. No injuries
Joe
on Saturday
Callahan's
night.
off the board.
Joe Callahan.
Okay, thank you, Mickey. And that's it for this week at Talking Cowboys. We'll be back at you Monday, recapping Cowboys-Niners. Enjoy your weekend. Enjoy the game, and we'll talk to you then.
This has been a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about this, Cowboys? Yeah!